Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Virtual Sim Leagues. This is round number 10 of the Season 9 Championship, and we head to the longest in terms of time and distance on the calendar. It is, of course, Marina Bay Circuit for the Singapore Grand Prix, first used in Formula 1 back in 2008, and we should be in for some great racing. My name is Jess Boy. I'm back. I did miss last week due to me doing some other stuff, but you know what, I'm here now and I'm looking forward to it. I'm on my own tonight. I'd like to say thanks to Matt for covering for me in the commentary box, so at least we still had a tier 1 stream, and I was able to catch up with what happened as well with the race. It was around Belgium last week, and it was a wet to dry race, which there was some moments of the race which had caused a little bit of chaos, a bit of drama, but we saw Timo take the win by 1/10 of a second over Kieran. Kieran, even though he's still leading the championship, still yet to take his first win of the season. But his consistency is showing that he could still bring up the good results. So without further ado, we are going to kick off straight with the qualifying session as I get all my telemetry up. Oh, no, I do not want it as best. No, I don't. There we go. So let's get started then. So as you can see, it is quite damp around the Singapore circuit. It is raining. Only intermediate tyres on the track right now. It's not wet enough for full wets, but you never know, it could get worse or it could dry up, so we'll have to wait and see. But everyone's on the out lap, so I suggest this will be like this for the entire session. So, like I said, first using Formula 1 back in 2008. There was a lot of criticism about the track to begin with due to the bumpy surface, the dangerous pit entry, and the amount of curbs they have as well. And there were improvements made to the 2013 race where there were some larger changes to the configuration. The Singapore sling was removed and replaced with a simpler, faster left-hand turn. I know some of us like to call it the Singapore sling, including me. And further minor changes to the layout as well include turns 11 to 13 were made ahead of the race back in 2015 to improve overtaking opportunities. And 2008 had the honour of hosting the first nighttime race in F1 history. So there we go. And we all know what happened in 2008, Crashgate, which saw Fernando Alonso claim victory there, thanks to his teammate Nelson Piquet Jr. Don't want to gloss too much into that one. So let's go on board with the amazing Finley as he heads past in towards turn 4 and turn 5. There's he clips that right hand curve as well. It's very difficult on the power as well in these wet conditions, as you're going to be swinging on exit heading towards turn 7 now. It is a DRS zone, but in the wet obviously it is not. So make sure you swing back to the left as quickly as you can after adding turn 7 as you head towards turn 8 and down into second gear for Stanford. Cop the curve over the inside curve through 9 of Padang, and you're going to be heading towards turn 10 and 11, the old Singapore sling. It's named after the city-state's favourite cocktail, believe it or not. As you brake just about here, he seemed to be struggling just a little bit here as he goes through the Anderson Bridge and past turn 12. And then you're going to be going on this straight here, and turn 13 isn't visible when you're braking for it. So if you do miss the braking point, it's not going to help you going into that final sector as he is approaching now. And he is purple, but I assume he's the first driver to set a lap time anyway, as Pete has retired. I'll need to check who's got poly bands, because obviously I did miss the stewards report last week because there was quite a few. I don't think Pete has a quali band, so nope, he's lost it. He lost it, I think, middle of turn 1. So it shows that the conditions are not the best for him at the moment, so he's going to be starting at the back of the grid as Finley goes into the pit lane. So yes, his cam is lagging a bit on my screen, which is not ideal. We got Tech 31 Racing. I haven't seen him race in quite a long time. I have commentated, I think, once or twice. He's got no front wing though, which is not good. So that's commentator's curse number 1 for Mrs. Jess Game 95. As Johan sets the first lap time on the board with a 1:49.437. Now, as Johan has lost a bit of his end plate there, so he's probably going to go into the pits, but do expect everybody to go on more than one lap on the Inters in this session, because they don't have enough Inters to last the entire weekend if it's going to be rainy for the whole weekend. Big boy Ewan, he heads towards the old Singapore sling now, and he takes that very well indeed, but we'll see if anyone is going to be on a lap next. Nope, he's going to be the next driver on a lap, and then I believe it will be Flexi down in P15, so I will select him so he's ready. It seems to be drying up just a little bit, not a lot. It is getting a bit better, but it might just be me and my eyes. There is a yellow flag, but there's probably people moving out the way with their outlaps and stuff like that. And now you're going to be heading towards the tunnel section, which for me I find really narrow. Again, if you don't nail the braking point, you're going to end up straight in the wall, as we saw quite a few people in real life do so. But looks like Ewan doesn't seem to have that much problems with it right now, as he heads towards the final few corners of turns 22 and into 23. What can he do? Can he get pole? Not quite. P4 for him in the Williams, as we saw Flexi come across the line in P4 as well. So he's dropped Ewan into P5. Who is next on a lap time? I believe it is Kieran in 13th position, but he's now in 8th. He wasn't quite comfortable with his lap, but again, he's just getting a feel for the car. We got Josh, who is now a full-time driver. The last time he raced with us in Tier 1 was back in Bahrain, where I cursed him quite a few times, which I have to say, I do apologise in advance, but hey-ho. Sorry about that. As Casper comes across the line in P1. Now, I did see the clip of Casper binning it in the final few moments of the Belgian Grand Prix race last week, and it was absolutely heartbreaking to see, because he was doing so well for the entire race. His strategy was nailed on as well, and sometimes, well, mistakes can happen, and he's definitely hungry for a win today. And currently in the championship, I'll go through the championship in just a moment, but currently he's sitting in P2, around about 20 points behind Kieran, who's in P1. So, but that does mean they're doing well in the Constructors. They're in P1 in the Constructors, with obviously a Red Bull 1-2. When was the last time we saw that in real life, I wonder? I can't really tell, to be honest. As Jinx, he heads towards the tunnel, as Cam is still lagging, and there's Mercedes in the background that had a bit of a bottle there. Hopefully his bottles do not continue into the race, as Jinx now heads towards the final corners of turns 22 and 23. And for him, it's a 1:49.025, which puts him into P1. Kieran finally gets a lap time on the board that is representative, and that puts him in P3. Really good lap time for him. 3/10 off a pole. Let's see if Finley could do any better. There's more people that will probably go on another lap, but we'll have to wait and see. Let us know in the chat what you think the pole time will be around this Singapore circuit. So Shay is currently sitting in 5th at the moment, Yarham in 4th, Timo in 5th, Josh in 6th, Timo in 6th, sorry, Josh in 7th, Flexi in 8th, and Ewan in 9th position. As Finley's trying to still find a little bit of speed, because there's quite a few times where he had to abort his lap, which was quite frustrating for him. But still a long way to go, as he clipped that wall just a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't give him a bit of damage, as Mata has retired from the session. So my curse of Alpines continues, as both Alpines are out. Now he's retired in the pits though, I believe, because I don't see any yellow flags on the circuit. As all Finley hits the, oh, he's reset to track. He's reset to track. Reset to track is not allowed. I caught that on stream. So you will unfortunately get quali ban next week. I'll need to actually remember that actually as well, but I'm sure someone will point that out as well if they are watching the stream. Now, I'll need to double check if it's raining in the race. Usually I get my co-commentator to do that, but I don't have a co-commentator. So I will ask what the weather is going to be in the race. They probably won't tell me now. Just like, oh no, Jess, you need to have a surprise. But anyway, Shane, he's about to start his next run on fresh inters. I wonder how that's going to do at the moment. Now, apparently the chat is we're meant to have a sandstorm, so I don't know how that's going to fare, to be honest. Does it mean rain or does it mean it's completely dry? I think that might mean it's raining, but in the race, which means I think the race is going to go for longer than an hour at the moment. Cam is still lagging on my screen. A bit. Oh, God, Cam. Yeah, Cam needs to sort his internet out by stretch of the imagination. To be fair, he was the only one that was on red for me. Everyone else was on green. So, yeah, it might just be his internet playing up tonight. My advice, if your internet just plays out randomly, just reset your router. It fixes all the problems. That's why before I race, I always reset the router. Not sometimes when I commentate, because I don't usually need to do that. But when I race, I always reset the router. Now, Shane, 10th at the moment, 4/10 off the pole. He has made a few mistakes on his previous run. And this was a track where Sebastian Vettel won his last race for Ferrari in 2019. It still makes me quite kind of emotional after saying that, because he's in his final season of F1. And I believe Shane has got an Sebastian Vettel helmet because he joined late, but I might be wrong. Or it might just be what's in the game, or he might have triggered, I don't know. But it does look like I said Vettel helmet to me. But I might be just imagining things. So, Shane, up to the line. He's got to find 4 attempts to get pole position. He found 2 attempts. P4 for Shane. Johan is going through the final sector. And he nailed that curb. He is struggling a little bit just after that. And Matt is saying in the chat, L planning full force tonight. Yeah. I don't know what is it with Alpines and me. Every time I commentate, apart from PSGL, I always seem to curse the Alpines. Unintentionally, though. Unintentionally. It happens in FHK on Saturdays. And it happens in LOE on Saturdays as well when I commentate. And it also happens at VSL. So there you go. The Alpines just don't like me. Anyway, Johan up to the line in 7th. So we've got, I think it's Finley. No, it's Cam. Who is going to go to the cross-final corner. Knowing him, he'll probably invalidate. Oh! Cam! He binned it. Now, the AlphaTauris are not having a good time, are they? Doesn't look like it at the moment, but still a long way to go. Don't forget, top 12 do score points. Team up to line 149.9. Could have been better from him. Don't forget, he is last week's race winner. Got recently signed to ERT. The team think that obviously due to his great performances in this league, that he deserves a seat in that esports team. And they're hoping that their man can do well and their drivers could do well in Tier 2 as well. Because I think they got quite a few drivers racing in Tier 2 tonight as well. But we'll see what teammate could do. 8th at the moment, not what he wants. But his teammate, Jinx, in P1. But we got a McLaren of Josh, though, going towards the final corner. He, I know, is also a quick driver, but hasn't spent that much time on the game recently. He has improved it in time, but not in position. Now, I should have checked the stewards report. I'm an idiot. Yes, Matt has got a quali ban. That was from, I believe that was the race before Belgium. That he got that, I think. Stewards results. Let me just check. Yes, it was. So it was Monaco because he got 5 penalty points. I should pay attention, but I forgot that Matt didn't race last week. He commentated. So there we go. I thought he just, you know, but yeah, that's why I should read the stewards' reports. But I didn't. Even though well, not going to say anything more. But the driver should know already about my situation. Ah, Yarham. Oh, Yarham P1. I didn't see him cross the line in P1, but he binned it. Through turn 5? He binned it turn 5. So he's P1 148.8. If there's conditions improve, which looks like it is, I think there could be a lot of people that could improve on that. So if I was Yarham, I would be worried. Ewan's on a run now as well. He looks to be more confident with his run. Oh, nope, he's on an outlap. Okay, he's on an outlap. Who will be the next car? Start a run. I think that would be Josh, actually. That will be Josh. So he's got some more fuel in the tank, it looks like. So, Josh up to the line now. As he's got plenty of ERS to go around as well. You don't use that much ERS in the wet. 149.1. So, it is quite close between the top 6, I would say. And Timo also improved to a 149.1. Josh invalidated on his next run, though. So, you'll have to go into the pits. The 2 Mercedes are up next. We got, who's the first Mercedes? Slenderman. He was quite tentative going through that hairpin. To be honest, I would find it a bit tentative as well, but hey ho. And I think he seems to be struggling with his lap compared to Flexi, but we'll keep an eye on Slenderman anyway through the rest of his lap. Now, interesting fact as well about this chat, there's quite a few people that have done well. Obviously, I mentioned about Sebastian Vettel. He also won 3 other times. No, 4 other times. 2011, 12, 13 and 15. Lewis Hamilton won in 2009, 2014, 2017 and 18. Fernando Alonso won twice, 2008 and 2010. 2010, I would say, the only legitimate one. Just saying. And Nico Rosberg, 2016, as Flexi come across the line in P1. 148.5. So, it looks like there's hardly any rain. I might be just imagining things, but... Or it might be the track evolution as we're about to head towards the end of qualifying. As Cam cannot improve, he stays in P13, ahead of the Alpines. So we'll follow the people on their last runs. Josh won't be able to do another run. He has invalidated. Tut. We have got Finley. That will be up next then. We'll see how much he is up in the middle set. We've got the 2 Mercedes, I think, on a final run. Oh, no, it won't be Finley now because he's had a spin. We'll see if Slenderman can improve even more as well. Finley, I think, is backed off. Slenderman, I don't think is going to improve either. So let's watch Timo. No, Timo's not going to improve. Timo has invalidated. Then we got a Williams. Williams came across the line, P4. Casper is right behind that Williams. Or it might be Tech, actually. No, but it is Tech. Alpha. Past the Anderson Bridge. I think that's how you call it. And he struggled a little bit in that hairpin. Casper, I think, was a little bit more stable there. So I expect Casper to improve. Tech, maybe. But I think he will still be in the 149s. But we'll keep an eye on Slenderman. Can he beat his teammate? His teammate has set a benchmark time with a 148.547. Slenderman, a 149.263. So then it will be Casper. Because Tech was struggling there. Looks like he spun. No, Casper. I don't think that's going to be an improvement. He lost it a little bit through turn 20. And he's going into the pits. You don't cut the pit lane like that. But anyway. Tech is going to cross the line. 156. Yeah, he's not improving. And there's a bit of front wing. Yeah, that's Shane's front wing. His front wing is completely gone. And Kieran, he's not going to improve either, is he? No, he's not. So, it is Flexi. That is on provisional. Well, he is on pole. He is on pole position with a 148.547. And Kieran's going to do some donuts, it looks like, across the line. Well, he tried to, and it didn't work. But there we go. That was your qualifying, and it could get quite tense towards the end. So let's have a look at your qualifying. So Flexi is on pole position. And then we have got Yarham in P2, Jinx in P3, Ewan in P4. And then we got Kieran in P5, Timo 6th, Josh 7th. Then we've got Shane in 8th, Senderman 9th, Casper in 10th. And we've got Finley Tech, Cam, their set representative lap times. And then we got Matter, serves a qualifying ban, and Pete being Pete, Pete's been Derp. So there we go. Right then, we're going to go through the standings now, which was posted quite recently. So we'll go through those right now. That was basically what happened in, well, as of Belgium. So Kieran set is in P1 at the moment, 135 points. Yeah, I need to get it full screen, otherwise I won't be able to read. Casper in second on 109. Timo in third on 100. Matter fourth on 99. Fifth is Slenderman on 87. Sixth is Flexi on 85. Cam is 7 on 84. Jigs in 8 on 70. Charlie Harris 9th on 63. Scott Bugner in 10th on 50. Tony in 11th on 48. Finley 12th on 43. Shane 13th on 36. 14th is Jay on 29. Ewan is 16th on 21. Then we've got Hyper on 20. Iceman on 19. TL 44 on 18. I think joint with Foxy Red. And I'll get the other page as well. Hayden Rogers on 12. Smalley Balls in 22nd on 10. He made his debut last week. But the next race he attends, he'll get a quali ban because he blocked someone in qualifying. Speed United in 23rd with 7 points. So we got Alpha Tech 31 Racing on 6 as well with Yarham. AFC in 26th on 2 points. Then we got Dara, Marnix and Josh yet to score. Obviously Josh is the first race as a full-time driver. And I do have the constructors. Yes, I do have the constructors. And as I said, it was a Red Bull 1-2 in at the drivers' standings. And we've got a Red Bull lead in the constructors by quite some margin, 250 to Ferrari's second place. We've got Mercedes in third, AlphaTauri in fourth, Haas in fifth, Alpine in sixth position. Then we got Williams in seventh, McLaren in eighth, Aston Martin in ninth, and Alfa Romeo in 10th. So those are your standings. And we will look in a second actually as well, a little bit of information about the track. It is 23 corners. It is 5.063 kilometers, 3.147 miles. And it has 14 to the left, 9 to the right. It's counterclockwise. And there's quite a few DRS zones, 2 detection zones, and 2 DRS zones to boot as well. Quite a few opportunities for overtaking, but in real life, it can be very, very enduring. It's going to be the biggest physical challenge for the drivers, even in sim racing as well, because it is a counterclockwise circuit. So it's going to be enduring, especially on the shoulders. I found that when I was racing in Singapore recently. I think it was about a month ago that I raced in Singapore. Might be longer than that. Actually, it was longer than a month ago. But I think we were lucky that it was a dry race the entire way through. But I did have a gamble of staying on, I think, mediums when everyone else was on soft. Yeah, that didn't work. Late safety cars just never go my way. Anyway, the countdown is ticking. So we are about to get underway here at VSL, Virtual Sim Leagues, for Tier 1. If you are liking this content, make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you are new. And also join our Patreon as well. Link is in the description. We stream every Wednesday night at 8 PM. We have both tiers as well. So make sure you check them both out. So here we go then. We're going to go for the formation lap then. I did remember the formation lap. GG me. So here we go then. Tyres. So it is a one-stop strategy, but there will be some people trying to, if there's obviously safety cars. And the one issue that I think the drivers have got to contend with tonight is definitely the tyre temperatures. The tyre temperatures, I think, is going to be absolutely key today. They've got to make sure their tyre pressures are absolutely right, because otherwise they're going to be very strong in the first half of the race, but the second half of their stint, they're going to struggle quite badly, as I found out. So let's go through the tyre selection, and it's going to be quite a long outlap. So we have got Flexi on the mediums. We've got Yarham on the mediums as well. Ewan on the mediums as well. Slenderman down in 9th on the mediums. So is Casper and Knighton. Everyone else is on the hards. Now, expect the medium runners to pit around about lap 13 to 15 for set of the hards. Expect the hard runners to pit around 16, 17. So, not much of a difference, but it is pretty much almost a second drop off between the mediums and the hards. So the mediums will fly away pretty quickly, but we also got to keep an eye on the crossover point as well, see what happens. The last time we were here was last season. Casper won the race. Will he win today? Well, he's going to find it all to do in 10th position. But never say never, anything can happen in Virtual Sim League, and it usually does. And also we had Glock that won in Season 6, and we had J-Luke that won in Season 5. Obviously, I joined Virtual Sim League as a commentator in Season 6. I can't remember who was commentating Season 5, actually. It might have been Redmart, actually. I might be wrong. Someone could correct me in the comments or in any of the tier chats. So, we are about to get underway as one Williams driver is doing donuts. Well, he wasn't meant to be doing donuts there, as Tech 31 Racing is struggling a little bit. Oh, what on earth? There are multiple... What the hell? There are multiple spinners, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I'm clipping that. I am clipping that, because that was weird. I did say tyre temps will be an issue, and I think I'm being proven right there. So, we are about to get underway then. The 5 red lights coming on your screen now. The camera's not being very good, so I can't see. Bit of a hold at the moment. A very long hold. Come on, game. There you go. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights. And we are... Go, go, go in Singapore. And it's a good start from Flexi. Good start from Yarham as well. Not good start from Jinx as he's dropped down a few places. Good start from Kieran as well, as there's already a few spinners in the background as well. As Casper's dropped down into 15th place. So not the start that he would have wanted, but Flexi kept his cool and he's still in the lead. Ewan in 3rd. Really good start from him as Slenderman tries to go down the inside of Josh, which he did, and he's up into 7th place. So nice battle from them. The medium runners starting to pull away from the hard runners, but it is to be expected at the moment. As Casper does get past Cams. I don't think Casper's got damage, but we will check in a second to see if they pit, as all Alpha has been passed by both the Alpines. So the Alpines making headway at the moment. The Pete's up to 9th, Matters up to 10th. Both Alpines starting at the back and making good grounds right now, but it is a long race, 31 laps. Singapore is well known to be having safety cars. As you can see Timo trying to fire back on the left-hand side there of the shot. We've got Shane as well in the background trying to get past Kieran as well. Shane looking very good and very racy around this track. Oh, Shane is lagging for me. Oh, that's desync. That is desync. This lobby is weird. But I think Shane was another one that had issues at the moment. That's probably why Cam has dropped a little bit as well as Jinx. Jinx is up to 4th place, but he did hit the wall a little bit. Hopefully he hasn't got that much damage right now. So Jinx is the leading hard runner, which is great to see. Kieran is second in terms of the hard runners, but Slenderman not having the start that he would have wanted here at Singapore, as he's been passed by Kieran. Well, actually, no, Kieran was ahead of him anyway, I think. Yeah, he was. But Slenderman was trying to fight back on him. So Cam has gone for set the hard compounder tyres then. To be expected, because he did get front wing damage. So Slenderman might try to go for a move into turn 8, maybe. He's saving quite a bit of ERS, which I think is quite key in the first opening laps as well, because you don't want to be using your ERS that early on. So it will be dangerous to be, I think, below 50%. As Finley has left the session. So I think both the AlphaTauri are having internet issues, and so is Shane. So let's hope their internet issues can sort out soon for those 3 drivers. And look at that backdrop as well, with all the flats and the lights as well. It looks absolutely spectacular around this track. As Kieran has got a gap. Well, to be honest, he's trying to create a gap on Jinx. Jinx got a buffer to Kieran, which is good for him. So Kieran might be struggling a bit more than Jinx at the moment. There's yellow flag. That is Tech, who's had a bit of a spin. So he's not finding this track enjoyable at the moment. As obviously Finley's on AI as well. Even the AI is catching him. Shane, yellow flag. Obviously Shane is, I believe, pitting for damage. It looks like it. Yeah, he is pitting for damage at the moment. So we are following this lead battle. DRS is activated. We are watching Johan's fuel like a hawk, because he's already in the red already. So there's quite a lot of people who have under fuel, thinking that there's going to be lots of safety cars. And fair enough, in VSL history, it dictates that there was a lot of safety cars. So they were looking at previous seasons and thinking, right, I think there's going to be safety cars. A lot of them. So Johan's playing a risk, and if it works, fair play. If it does not, he's got to do a little bit of short shifting to make sure that he gets to the end. There's another yellow flag. That's Ewan. So my curse of the Williams continues. As I said, Ewan was doing well earlier, as Kieran and Slenderman get past as well. Oh, safety car. Was it a VSC? What on earth is going on here? That was a Delta glitch there. Yeah, VSC. So I just seen the borders popped up, because I don't see any yellow dot. What was the cause of that VSC? Did someone bin it somewhere that I didn't see? Probably. Might be Shane again, but I'm not entirely sure. Or it might be Alpha. I'll need to double check. Whilst people on the mediums take this opportunity to go on into a set of the hard side to get to the end of the race, no. Johan is staying out, so is Flexi. Ewan obviously got to. He's going to have to go onto the hard tyres, really, and he's hoping that he can't make a mistake. Maybe that was what causing the VSC to begin with. How long the VSC will last remains to be seen, as DRS is enabled. So we're back racing once again, as we've got Slenderman, who was fighting with Kieran there, and Josh as well, through turn 5, heading towards the kink of turn 6, which is right here. And Kieran trying to attack for his life. Slenderman trying to defend for his life. Through turn 7. Slenderman holding his line. He's going to go right. Kieran's going to go left. Josh in the middle. They make a bit of contact there, which is not ideal for them. But I think Slenderman has to hold on to 5th place. Josh in 6th. The 2 Alpines could respond to this as well. If any of the drivers in front can make a mistake. Same with Timo as well. So this is getting all a bit feisty because of that safety car. Luckily, no drive-through penalties for the drivers. As Shane is pitting again. I won't be surprised if he will be a lap down soon. As, Shane has got a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane exit bright line. So, I think if people pit more than once, I think we will expect to see quite a few of those tonight. As I think the DRS train ranges from Kieran all the way down to Casper. As, Pete and Josh. I wonder if it was two separate incidents or have they had a bit of a coming together? That is my question, but they both spun at a similar area. But obviously I can't judge anything because... Well, to be fair, I think they just both spun simultaneously. I think it was both separate incidents, to be fair, but I might be wrong. As Shane's got another 3-second time penalty. Shane's out. Now, has he retired on track? No, he hasn't retired on track. He's binned it. Now, will this cause a safety car? No safety car at the moment. But people can't overtake in sector 2, which is where Yarham and Flexi is. Yarham is closing in ever so slightly. No yellow flags now. So, Pete's now going on to hards till the end of the race now. He can't afford to bin it as Finley has now rejoined the session. So hopefully he can join back soon. To be fair, Finley is still in the points position. Still in the net points position because obviously Ewan and Cam pitting on softs. And we know softs don't last very long around here. I think realistically, optimally, it lasts about 4 or 5 laps. So for Ewan and Cam, they're going to be in a spot of bother. So yeah, Finley's still mathematically net-wise in the points still. So that's why he's not giving up. So fair play to Finley there. So it might just be Wi-Fi issues that he was having. That's why he left the session. But at least he is back now. Yarham, 5 seconds. Well, no, 5 tenths. Yellow flag. That is a Red Bull. That is Casper that's had a moment. Now he does have a dodgy brake pedal. So he does find this track, I think, difficult. Because there is a lot of braking zones. So he has dropped it. Has he got damage? Nope. So he can keep going. He just about avoided the wall. But we got Alpha chasing him down like no tomorrow now. We'll see heading towards turn number 1. Is Tech going to go around the outside or go down the inside? Or is he going to stay put? He is going to stay put for the time being. Ewan said the fast lap of the race so far. And there goes Josh behind them, going in for a spin. So, shall we have, I think, some spin counters? Because I think we could have a lot of spins tonight. So, Josh 7 seconds down on Tech now. And he's got the other William chasing him down. Matt having the race of his life at the moment as he passes Slenderman. And he's going to potentially be on the cusp of passing Kieran as well. But Kieran is a quick driver now. Kieran, don't forget, is your championship leader. And he doesn't want to lose out on that championship lead. Well, he will still remain championship leader anyway because of the gap that he has to Casper. But he will extend it on Casper. The nearest driver to Casper and Kieran is Timo, and he's currently sitting in P7. So, Kieran definitely in a good position in terms of championship rivals. But he still wants to fight Matta anyway, even though Matta is 4th. Because the gap between 4th, 3rd and 2nd is close. So Matta wants to gain as much positions as he possibly can. Got the DRS wide open as well. Got plenty of ERS battery to use as well, which is very key around this track. Let's see if he's got good straight line speed. He's got to choose not to overtake, which I think is the right move. It's best to have enough ERS to use at the prime moment of the race rather than now, and then you won't have enough towards the end of the race because it takes a while to harvest and recharge the battery around here. But as I was saying that, Matt has got the straight line speed of glory here heading towards T7. And looks like he almost had it, but Kieran had a better line. He was getting a switch back there. Almost touched a little bit, but it's okay at the moment as Matta Gets a better run there, and there we go. Dives it past Kieran. Mata up to 4th place. Slenderman also tries to cut back on Kieran through the old Singapore sling. Heading towards turn 11 they come. Very tight, squeezing, but Slenderman has Kieran as well. So Kieran has lost 2 positions from Slenderman and Mata. So I wonder if his tide temps are starting to cause a little bit of an issue for him. As yellow flag, that was Josh, I think, again? Or was it Pete? One of the two. Oh, no, it's one of the yellow flags was for Tech. As he goes... Has he got no front wing? I think he's all right. It's hard to tell in these conditions, not gonna lie. So, will Slenderman now launch the attack on Mata, or will he be forced to stay behind because of that DRS train? Watch out for turn 23 because it's caught people out in qualifying, and I will expect that it will catch people out in the race too. So we'll keep an eye on that. Yaham, still not enough. He's reeling Flexi in. He's using a lot of VRS, 35 compared to Flexi's 38. They're around about the same. They're not going to have enough to last for the rest of the race. Now we've got the rev glitch, as to be expected. So I will try and keep the onboard shots to a minimum, I think, tonight because of it. But I think that's what happens when it is very slow as well. So Kieran out of DRS range of Slenderman now, but Slenderman still just about in DRS range of Mata, as we're on lap 8 of 31. Yarham, Flexi's made a bit of a mistake. Flexi's made a mistake, it looks like. That gives an opportunity for Yarham to take the race lead. This is the first on-track battle for the race lead then. Yarham looking like he is the threat. He is the prancing halt as they go under the tunnel. And they're going to go right into this apex here as well. And then try and go as close to the wall as he can, but not go into the wall. But Flexi's found a little bit more time now. He's got the straight line speed and is able to have a gap that he's had before. So it might be Yarham having better cornering speed there. So that was very, very lucky for Flexi there. But we'll see if Yarham can gain it on the DRS. Will he choose to use his overtake? He's not going to use his overtake. He feels like he's not close enough. To be fair, if you're not close enough, don't use the overtake. But to be fair, these guys know more about ERS management than I do. Sometimes I forget to use as much ERS as possible. But that's what happens in racing. There's just so much to think about. And that's what happens sometimes in league racing. Now let us know your thoughts in the chat on, has there been any surprises? A Slenderman. No, Josh set the fastest lap of the race so far with a 140.931. But obviously, he's got a long way to go because he's out of the points. But he will have pit again, I believe, because I don't think the mediums will get to the end. Let's see how long the mediums last. The mediums last 17 laps. Yeah, I don't think it'll get to the end. Yellow flag. That is an Alpine. It's Pete. Or is it Matt? No, it is Pete because Matt's going through the final sector. But he's got his car going again. Just a spin. So it was just a spin for Pete. No damage for him, thankfully. So in about 5 laps time, the drivers will be thinking about coming in. Well, the medium runners, will be thinking about coming in for a set of the hard compounder tyres. Now, spare thought to the drivers that race there in real life, because they could lose up to 3 kilograms of fluid during the race, which is, I have to say, quite a lot. So you've got to be drinking a lot of water before the race. Hopefully they have it in their cockpit as well. Obviously they can't do that in sim racing because it will be hard. Unless you could do it in the pits though. I know some people could do it in the pits, but there we go. And there are 1,600 custom-made floodlights spread around the circuit. And they're 4 times brighter than at a regular sports stadium because they're specifically designed to minimise glare and surface reflection and to meet F1's TV broadcasting standards. And no drivers have recorded more than 3 DNS, but plenty of drivers have recorded 3 non-finishers here, including Lewis Hamilton. I think, did Fernando Alonso retire, I think, this year in Singapore? I think he did. I will need to check the results. But Johan is out of DRS to Flexi. That is not ideal. Not much is happening on circuit right now. On lap 11, as Jinx is in. Interesting. That is early. Hold on, let me do the maths. 31 minus 11. 20. Front wing. Okay, that explains everything. He's going to hope that there is a safety car because that should help the mediums get to the end of the race. Otherwise, he's going to be in a spot of bother. So, did he graze the wall or something? I don't know. He probably did graze the wall. And it did look minor. So, it might have been just lime or yellowy front wing damage, potentially. But I think it was still enough for him to warrant coming in, because otherwise he would have lost quite a bit of time. Now, Senderman's out of DRS to Matter. Ewan, 7-lap-old soft, starting to struggle a bit more, and he's underfueled the car as well. So, for Ewan's sake, he's going to hope that he's got a spare of fresh hards for him to use in the race as he heads towards turn 10 and 11. Jinx then in 9th. He's got a chasing tech behind him. It's the only battle that we're seeing on track at the moment, so we're going to give it a little bit of screen time. The lovely helicopter shot through the Anderson Bridge. The blind braking zone coming up as well. Hard to spot where you need to turn in as well. As Jinx has pulled away quite ever so slightly there. So that's not helped Tex. I wonder if Tex made a little bit of a mistake there. As the yellow flag again. That's Mercedes. That's Slenderman. Slenderman's off. Slenderman's gone into a spin. Luckily the ghosting system is on. But has he got damage? Oh, he's going into the pits. He's going into the pits. So I think, even though it's not visible, it still warrants a trip to the pits for the Mercedes driver. What a shame. He would have wanted to stay on the medium compounder tyres for a bit longer. But he is forced onto the hard tyres. Now Ewan is also in. He's got hards as well. They are fresh tyres, luckily. So, Slenderman and Ewan, there's 20 laps to go of this race. 23 laps that the hards could last for as Tech is out. And that's bad. Well, it's hard to say if it was bad timing for Slenderman, to be fair. But we have a VSC. No, safety car. I see the yellow dot. Safety car. So, that's good. I think, regardless, you would pit anyway. Because, again, there's not much of a difference. I think that's 12 to 14 for the mediums will be okay. Hards, you can get away by going to the mediums now, but it will be a push to get those tyres to the end. So, it's going to be close. But if I were you, everyone should take the chance for a free pit stop. So, Flexi and Johan come in. The hard runners are in a bit of a dilemma, and this is where the race is going to get interesting. Matter is in. Not a surprise for him. I think... nope. Yeah, I think Kieran's going to follow him in. Pete is a lap down. I was a bit confused. Was Kieran following Matter, but now I realised it was Pete. But anyway, Kieran comes in. Set of mediums for him. Timo's in as well. Jinx. Well, I think Jinx has got to stay out. He just pitted. Finley. I think he's rejoined. Yes, he rejoined. It looks like his internet is a lot better, which is always good news. So is he going to come in for some mediums? Yes, he is. There he goes. Slenderman obviously pitted quite a while back. So did Ewan. Josh. Does Josh have set? Oh, no, he started on hards, didn't he? I think he started on hards. So he has to commit on the mediums. That's going to be tight for Josh. Looks like Cam's internet is a lot better. I might be wrong, but it may just be the safety car. Pete obviously has to stay out as well. Flexi has caught up to the safety car, so is Johan, and it won't be that long before Matter catches up either. So, let's look at your position. Struggling to get my words tonight. Let's have a look at your position changes. Why am I struggling with that word? I don't know. So, Matter, up 11 places. Don't forget he had a qualifying ban. Casper up 3 places. Slenderman up 1 place. Cam up 1. Pete, despite being a lap down, he's up 2. So Matter gaining the most out of everybody, but he's had nothing to lose in this situation. We'll see if the safety car would either help him or hinder him. Gonna be quite intense as well, not gonna lie. So we'll see what these drivers can do as they try to get the heat into those tyres, and I think it's even more crucial on this game that you do that in a safety car. I have seen there's quite a lot of races I've commentated on where drivers don't get heat into their tyres, they don't weave after they pit, and I'm like, what planet are you living on? You need to get heat into your tyres. Otherwise, you're just going to struggle through turn 1 and you're just going to get cold tyres, and it's just... And then some people realise the mistake and they're like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But again, it happens. And like I said, anything can happen in Formula 1. So I think we are just waiting for the lap car of Pete. I think Pete will unlap himself. I might be wrong. I think Pete will unlap himself. So that is a relief. I might be wrong. For Pete's sake, literally, I hope he does get unlapped. Probably because quite a lot of people have pitted. So this could be a chance for Pete to get back into this race. So we've got just about almost half of this race still to go, and we've been at it for quite a bit of time now. The action has been quite quiet, but the safety car will spice things up quite a bit, so grab your popcorn, because we're going to be in for a crazy second half of the Singapore Grand Prix. We still got Japan and Portugal. No sprint race for Japan. Our final sprint race will be Brazil at round number 15. So quite a bit still to go for that one. But we got Japan next week. And then after that, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more rounds of this championship still to go. Season end on the 9th of December. Now, I won't be able to make the season finale, which I'm absolutely gutted. I'm absolutely... Oh, Matt is out! What the... Matt is out! What's happened there? Right, my curse of the Alpines continue. Every time I say an Alpine does well, something happens to them. Alpines! What are you doing? I would be gutted if I was Matter. I would be. That is heartbreaking. I wonder if it was more heartbreaking than Casper's spin at Belgium, but I don't know. I really don't know. So we're now down to 12 drivers. Yeah, Pete has unlapped himself, which is good. Okay, that does confirm it now. Because it did look odd. So maybe did Matter and Ferrari make contact and do the safety car? I don't know. Hopefully I will find out from him what happened, because that was very weird. Safety car, I think, should be in this lap, or will it get extended due to that crash? I don't know. It's going to be there for quite a while, I think. So if I were you, chances to save quite a bit of fuel is key there. So Jinx is on soft. No, softs don't get to the end, my friend. So he's going to probably do 2 soft then. Pete's now pitted again, and he's going to go on to the hards that he was on earlier. Very smart move. That will get to the end of the race. And he's got nothing to lose because he was last anyway. And now, because of Matt's retirement, he's up to 11th. And due to Jinx being caught up in that carnage, he's in, well, technically still in the points. But everyone who finishes gets points. So please don't retire in the pit lane. And don't do what Flexi did. Almost had a moment there. That was very, very close from Flexi. So we got Flexi and Yarham on the hard tyres. Kieran and Timo on the mediums. Don't forget the hard tyres are more durable, but the mediums will be the faster tyre for the opening 5-6 laps. So Kieran and Timo will need to get a move on. Same with Finley and Cam. But the hards will come into their own towards the end of the race, so the hard runners will be just a little bit patient, it looks like. So Flexi, he's going to have to hold the field up. And he's going to think about where he wants to go. When he wants to go, as soon as he accelerates, that's it. So he may choose to go now if he wanted to, or if the game allows it, or will he go at the last opportunity? He's going to go now. I have to say, not a bad restart, but Johan's had a good restart as well, so has Kieran, as they make their way towards turn number 1 now. This could get very heated as well between the top 4, as Kieran has got past Johan up to P2. So Johan was caught napping there, as Timo's also on the back of Johan then. So Johan in the best position that he has been for a while, because he had some bad luck in this league. Timo trying to go aggressive in these first couple of laps because he's on the mediums. I did say the medium runners need to do all they can quickly before the mediums start to die. And that's what Kieran did. Timo's got to do exactly the same. Same with Finley. Finley not making ground. Cam made a little bit of ground because obviously Jinx struggled a little bit. Pete's dropped down to 12th as Josh gets past him. Obviously Jinx with the softer tyre obviously got past him as well. I think there's quite a few drivers that are taking it a little bit more cautiously today, which is fair enough. That's what probably I would do around Singapore. As Timo then goes for the lunge. He's looking for in towards the final set. Do they make a little bit of contact? They do. But no damage is done. Casper's in a really good position, by the way, despite the spin he has had earlier on. His safety car has helped him. But Timo and Johan are banging wheels. This is sensational looking at it from Casper's angle. Oh, did Timo hit the wall there? That was very tight as well. And Timo's up to 3rd now, so that was, I have to say, hard racing. But will it be judged fair in the stewards? As Finley has had a spin, he's off to the pits now. So he's gonna, I think, probably, what tires does he have left? Oh, he has some mediums saved up, okay. Don't forget, the drivers only have 1 set of mediums on the game, which I think, oh, Johan! Johan is out of the race. He's binned it in the wall. The man who was fighting for the win is now out. Another safety car has just turned on its head once again. And Yarham is absolutely fuming. Sometimes mistakes can happen like that. So we're down 4 drivers. We lost 4 drivers from this race. We lost Shane, we lost Tech, we lost Matta and Yarham now. So we're down to 11 drivers and another safety car. Now Flexy's got to do what he can once again. But I think it was just... I don't think Yarham was near anyone. He definitely lost it by himself. I think maybe he just lost his braking zone in towards turn 4 and 5, potentially. I don't know. Tight judgment. But feel really bad for Yarham there, because every time he always runs in a good position, he ends up binning it. Yarham is on 6 points. And I think he only scored those, I think, in the sprint race at one point. So that adds to a lot of DNFs that he's had this season. He might have got... Did he get points in Belgium? He might have done. Let me have a look. No, he DNF'd in Belgium as well. Yeah, so the run of DNFs continues, unfortunately, for Yarham. As I think... Why has Philly gone on softs? Oh, he's pitting again. He had to go very slow there. To be fair, I would have done exactly the same thing. So Finley comes in on a set of the mediums then. So that was, so he's back on the mediums he was before. He keeps switching from the softs to the mediums to the softs to the mediums every time he makes a mistake. So, there we go. So we'll look at positions gained once again and see who could benefit from this. It would help if I had the right things up. There we go. So Flexy is the only one to pretty much remain the same. Same with Finley as well. But I think Finley could only gain from this situation because, unless he DNF, which I hope Finley doesn't DNF. Kieran up 3, Tima up 3, Casper up 6, Slenderman up 4, Cam up 7, Ewan up 3, Knighton up 7, Josh down 2, Jinx down 7, and Finley hasn't gained or lost anything. Now, I think from what I heard, Jinx might have been in AI check race threads on the safety car. Now, I don't think I will need to check the rule book, but I don't think you're allowed to go in AI at all. It is frowned upon in quite a lot of leagues. In all the leagues I'm in, going in AI is you just can't do it. And if you get caught, a lot of leagues penalise you quite massively. I mean, most leagues are 5-second penalties. But there's other leagues that penalise you quite severely because it can be race damaging, especially with safety car. So, let me have a look if there's any rule about AI mode. There we go. So, in rule number 8 on chapter 3, drivers are not allowed to go in AI mode at any point. If a driver is caught doing this, it may be penalised. That's including safety cars. So yeah, I think Jinx will be penalised for that. That will definitely, I think, go to the stewards because you are not allowed to go in AI. I will post the rule in chat so Jinx is aware of it. Technically, he's not allowed to be in AI now, so yeah. That is not good. Finley's still taking quite a while to catch up to safety car, but I think safety car will be in this lap anyway. So I hope we don't get any more safety cars because we already had 2. I think it's on standard or it might be on reduced, I don't know. actually, no, I'll check now, because there's not much happening at the moment. Rules and flags. Oh, you can't check. Oh, it's right at the bottom. Oh, it's on standard, okay. So it's not on reduce, it's not on increase, it's on standard. I swear I thought it was on reduce. But we are about to get going then for lap 20 very soon as Flex... Oh, I thought it was Slenderman for a minute, but Slenderman's in P5. Flexi, 4 tenths shy of Kieran in this train. He's going to be leading the safety car once again. And is he going to do the same thing? Because Kieran knows what he's done in the last restart. So I think both drivers have got to play it smart. I think all the drivers need to play it smart. If you're near Flexi in that last restart, you've got to think what Flexi could do. And Flexi's got to do exactly the opposite to what he did in the last restart, because otherwise, everyone else could floor at the same time as you. Oh, Slenderman. Slenderman and Finley and Jinx have all had moments. That's why you don't spin in safety car restart, because something like that could happen. As Timo is having a battle with Casper, it looks like, as Jinx is out of the session. And it looks like luckily the ghosting system definitely helped Timo in that situation, because he had a moment. Now Cam is spinning. Now everyone's dropping like flies at the moment. There's a yellow flag set to 1 and 3. And Casper almost had a moment once again. Ewan, by the way, is up to... Pete's up to 6th. Now, that is an example, ladies and gentlemen, about why you don't give up. He was a lap down. There was a safety car. And he's 7th now. But I think that was orchestrated. I think he let his compatriot through because he knows he's quicker on around this track. Which is fair enough. But still, 7th place after being last for most of the race, I have to say it's pretty good going. So, yeah, that's why you don't give up. Oh, and... why? Pete's going to kill me now. I swear, what is it with Alpines? Why? But, okay. So we've got 12 laps to go of this Singapore Grand Prix. Flexi still leads. Pretty much the top 3 remain as they are. Same with Casper as well. Ewan up to 5th. As Tex left the session, but he retired ages ago. So I'm surprised that he didn't leave when he did. But fair enough. He stuck it quite a bit just to help maybe his teammate, or maybe just get to grips, or maybe he's forgotten that you were still in the session potentially. Josh is already out of DRS to Ewan, so now who has used a lot of ERS already? Now Casper has, Josh has, Finley's got a lot saved up, Pete has got a lot saved up as well. Cam has used up quite a lot anyway, trying to get up to his teammate. Now Finley and Cam, they got a lot of work to do, but anyway, they would gain anyway. There's quite a lot of retirement so far. I'm gonna hope that there's no more retirements. Just please, no more retirements, guys. No more crashes. Saying that, there will probably be quite a few more, I think. Oh. Okay. My game has crashed. Well, I wonder if that's happened to a lot of people. I will need to double check that. Hopefully Matt who's watching the stream now because he retired, hopefully he can send me another invite to the lobby, or has it crashed completely? We'll find out, but the game's completely crashed for me. So I will have to rejoin in just a second. Just give me a moment. I think my invite's still valid. Yeah, my invite's still valid, it looks like. So hopefully it won't take that long for me to join again. Hopefully not many people have left either. Sorry about this, guys. That was quite weird. There we go. I am back. It is catching up with the retirements as well, but luckily there was no more retirement since I last saw. But we are back, guys. We are back. Didn't take a while for me to join because PS5. But yeah, sorry about the game crash, ladies and gentlemen. But we got a battle for P2. So Timo versus Kieran. Timo has found some pace all of a sudden on Kieran. Kieran has had the pace on Timo all session. But this is about to turn on his head potentially, as Flexi has got the gap to around about 2 seconds, as Timo looks like he has the edge, I think, ever so slightly on Kieran. Just a little bit, but Kieran is obviously defending for his life. It is to be expected around it. As we start to get to the nitty-gritty moments of the race, let's just say. As I think we've got Josh, who's right on the back of Ewan. Now he's got a lot to gain at this point, as Philly is past Cam there up to P7. Now staying on these memes is a bit risky, but we're not that long to go at the end of the race. Track position is super key around this Marina Bay circuit. Now Timo, is he going to go left or right here? He's not going any limits at all because he just wants to be within DRS. He's got DRS. He's using his overtake button. Kieran has got his teammate Casper to backing up just a little bit. Here comes Timo. Down our left-hand side, then in turn 7. Kieran goes off the track a little bit, but Timo is up into P2 of this race. And he's going to start and hunt down Flexi for this race win. Timo's now 1.6 seconds behind Flexi. There's 2 drivers that have got time penalties thus far. And I believe that is Finley and Pete. Yeah, that's Finley and Pete. Okay. Everybody else, no penalties, but there will be probably people on a few warnings. Obviously, I can't check because I don't have a COCOM. Might have a COCOM next week, actually. It'll save my voice quite a little bit. Ready for Japan. One of my favourite chats to commentate on, actually. I'm looking forward to that. But anyway. Timo 1.5 seconds, so he needs to find 5 attempts to be within DRS of Flexi. 1.2 seconds now. So he's not going to be within DRS yet, but maybe he's going to be within DRS as we head towards turn 4, 5-ish, where the detection point is. But Flexi knows that Timo is catching and he is fast. But Flexi knows that the hard tyres will have a bit of a benefit towards the end of the race, so he's going to be patient. Timo's got DRS, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get past Flexi. It's not. And we got to keep an eye on Timo's battery as well, because Timo, he's got 10% battery, whereas Flexi's got 25. So he's got a lot to play with. Kieran's got a lot to play with as well, but Kieran has his teammate for company as well, which I have to say could get very, very enticing indeed. So watch this space, because there's quite a few things that can happen as we are approaching the end of this race. 3 attempts is the gap between Casper and Kieran, as Casper does get past Kieran up to 3rd, as now Casper is on a comeback of dreams as he tries to chase down the top 2. Yellow flag, that is Pete, who's spun. He's spun. Let me look at the track map, actually. I had it written down somewhere. Come on, I need to know the corner names. It was, I think, turn 12, it looked like, that he binned it. Actually, no, it was... No, it was 13, I think. But I might be wrong. But yeah, he's still in this race, luckily. No damage, I don't think. Maybe because, maybe because he's got nothing to lose. Maybe he can go on the soft tyres. Oh, we got to fight for the lead here. Flexi's got pressure from Timo then. Timo on the medium's got to get past ASAP. Flexi made a mistake. He's made a mistake as they head towards the old back straight. The old Singapore Sling, they come and they're heading towards 10, 10, 11. Yellow flag in the background, but let's not dwell too much on that as Timo takes the race lead. Timo takes the race lead. Flexi in second. Casper's also in this fight as well. Just shows when you first don't succeed, do not give up. So I know Casper spun quite a few times, but look, he's still in the fight for the win. Oh, safety car. Oh, tough decision then. Would you go on softs? Would you go on soft compounded tyres? Or would you stay out for track position? Now, I had that dilemma quite a while back, and staying on medium was not the best decision, but most people are doing so right now. But if you're near the back, I would come in. Kieran... Oh, so Kieran's coming in. Now, you can't tell what your rivals are doing behind you, but if your rival in front of you pits, then you have to pit. So otherwise you're going to lose quite a bit of time. So Kieran hasn't lost out anything in this situation by that, because he's forced everybody else behind him to go in as well for a set of the soft tyres. Now, we could be on for... Oh, so it was Pete that's retired. I didn't see Pete retiring. Okay. So there we go. That's what caused that safety car, due to Pete retiring. Okay, that makes a bit more sense now. So, we got Timo on mediums, Flexi and Casper on hards. Everybody else behind them on softs. Now, who do you have your money on for winning this race now? Because it's probably a different prediction to what you thought earlier on, potentially as well. Which I have to say, is very, very exciting. Now, I'm just going to check, does... What lap is Tier 2 on at the moment, actually? Let me check. Tier 2 is on lap 23, so they've probably had quite a lot of safety cars as well. Only had 2 retirements so far, so... oh, my phone. So I think they kept it a lot cleaner than us at the moment. So I think the stewards room in Tier 1 is going to be very, very busy. So, we are just waiting for Cam to catch up. I do believe there will be DRS as well on lap. Hold on. So the safety car will come in end of lap 27. So it'll be on the penultimate lap of the race where there'll be DRS. Now, oh, what's happened to... So Casper and Flexi are in. So I'm guessing they would want... They don't care about track position. They just want to be on the softest tyre available. To be fair, they're gonna lose out anyway, so we're gonna get swamped. So, to be honest, they were probably gutted that they didn't make that decision before, but it's down to 8 drivers, so it is to be expected. Not gonna lie. So I think with Flexi and Casper pitting, that's everyone on softs except Timo. So we'll look at positions gained once again. And Flexi's down 6 because of it, but fair enough. Casper's going to gain no matter what as well. But I'm sure Casper would definitely want to be, I think, a lot higher than he once was. Timo trying to get heat into those tyres once more. Well, he's got to. Those tyres are not going to last the distance, I think, with everyone on soft. But tyre temp. Maybe Flexi and Casper probably did the right thing for waiting when they did, because they're going to be on the freshest tyres out of everybody. So I think with Flexi and Casper, they've got nothing to lose. And you can hear the safety car going zoom, zoom, zoom. Right, safety car is in this lap. For the first time, Timo's now controlling the safety car. For the last few safety cars, we've had Flexi, but Flexi down in 7th. Flexi could still win this race because he's on fresher tyres. But he's going to rely on everybody else making mistakes, which I hope nobody makes mistakes. Otherwise, stewards are going to be in for a busy evening in a couple of days' time. Let's see who wins this race. So I can't call it at the moment. Literally, anything can happen in this league, and Timo almost made a mistake. Jesus Christ. You can see his tyres are pretty much on the brink of death. Heading towards turn 22 now. When is Timo going to floor it? He floors it now. But Kieran, on 8/10 quicker softs, needs to get past Timo now. Because otherwise, the guys behind them, they're going to be like sitting ducks at the moment. Kieran's going to try one attempt. Maybe you could try as well. Flexi may have the advantage on the fresher soft, but it was not much different. Kieran, he's going to go for the lunge then. Timo starts to go right, then left. And Kieran's going to go right in towards turn 7. Goes off the track. Tries to gain as much. Oh, that was close. They had a bit of a contact there as well. But Kieran's on the attack there. Oh! Josh and Finley have spun. But Kieran through. Oh, Timo's had a bit of a mistake there. Almost made contact with Ewan, but that's allowing Kieran to pull away. Not good news for Timo. Oh, I think people are starting to make more mistakes now. Casper and Flexi are coming back now. And with Finley and Josh spinning, I wonder if they will have some soft tyres left. But we could be down to a lot of drivers if we're not careful, as Casper does get a 3-second time penalty. I can't remember where we got that from, but he's going to drop down. Not a lot, because the gap to Finley is about 6 seconds, because Finley and Josh have spun. So Kieran in the best position at the moment, but he can't make mistakes. But Ewan could be on course for an amazing P2 if he gets these next few laps right. Flexi gets past Cam up to 4th place. And that was, I think, very calculated there as well. Casper gets past Cam as well. Cam struggling a little bit more as Josh gets a 3-second time penalty now. So I think more time penalties, I think, are really starting to hinder a lot of drivers. Because, oh, God. What is happening with Ewan and Timo? They've made contact just a little bit, but no harm done, it looks like, as Finley comes in. He's not giving up. Fair enough. You're still going to be on from some decent points, Finley. So if I were you, still keep going anyway. Pretty much anyone who finishes this race will be on for a decent result. So we're only on 8 finishers. Now, who's got fastest lap so far? That belongs to Josh. So they will get a point. Oh, as Ewan's made a mistake. To allow Cam to fight back. Cam's pretty much using a lot of VRS in the process, but Ewan holds on. So Flexi's now up to P2. Cam up to 3rd. I think he'll stay 3rd because Casper's only got that 3-second time penalty. But this could be good for the fight for P2 on track as we are about to start lap 30 of 31. DRS will be activated for the penultimate lap. As Kieran set the fastest lap with a 1:39.2, but will anyone beat that? Not at the moment, it looks like, as Kieran is falling away to the distance board. Can Flexi close the gap enough to challenge Kieran for the win? It's going to be tight. And I think Timo staying on those mediums has come back to bite him. I did exactly the same thing in a league where I stayed on the medium saying, yeah, I want track position. I think I could do well. Turned out it cost me like 7th place or whatever. There's a bit of a tap again from Timo and Ewan. Not the first time they had a bit of taps tonight, I have to say. As Cam's also in this fight as well, potentially. As let me get gap to interval. There we go. That's better. Timo being passed by Ewan up to 4th on that fresher rubber. So yeah, Timo's tyre is starting to die now, which is not ideal. So let's jump back to the battle for second on track. Sure, they'll give it everything anyway. Casper has the lunge then. He's not going to go for the lunge as of yet. He was going to go in a very brave situation. But again, fair play to everybody in the top 8 for keeping going. That's yellow flag. That is Josh, who spun. Oh, don't hit the wall and do not get disqualified. I don't think he's going to get disqualified. Yep, he's not got disqualified. That's a relief there as Kieran, for the final time, heads towards turn 1, 2 and 3. And the man who has not won a race, been getting seconds and thirds all the time, and still leading the championship. He will be on course to extend his championship lead and win the race in the process. But the race is not over till checker flag falls, so he can't become complacent at this point. As Casper once again drawing near. It's going to be enough, I think, to stay third. So he can't afford to be stuck behind Flexi for so long. Because otherwise Ewan will get third place. Casper will get at least 4th. But I wonder if Ewan has been torn apart. Casper's got a penalty. You've got to find 7 attempts in the last lap. Otherwise, you're in a lot of trouble. So, through the bridge they go. A lovely helicopter shot once again. We'll see how Casper could gain time. Or if he could gain time. He's got less ERS battery to use, though. As we head towards sector 3. But we will watch our race leader heading towards sector 3 for the final time. I don't think Kieran was expecting this coming into tonight, but he will take it nonetheless. He just got to make it through the last few corners and not bin it. Oh, that was close. But Kieran up to the line. He's not won a race all season, but he wins tonight. He wins in Singapore. Flexi's going to get second. Casper third. And I think, yep, Ewan gets 4th. Timo 5th. So he hasn't lost that much position to... He lost 5, which is better than I'm saying losing 8. Cam in 6th. Josh in 7th. And Finley will be the last person to cross the line in P8. So, there you go. That has been your Singapore Grand Prix, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DNFs, which I will go through in a second. So who is your driver of the day in game? Well, that belongs to Casper. I have to say Casper drove a really good race. I'm sure he'll be a bit disappointed, but at least he was in a better situation than last week, and he spun earlier on in the race rather than towards the end. But he's going to be happy that his teammate was the one who took the victory. 2 Red Bulls on the podium and 1 Mercedes. When was the last time we saw that, I wonder? A familiar sight on the podium, but Kieran extended Kieran extends his lead in the drivers. Flexi will climb up in the driver's standings as well because he's currently 6th. And he will jump. How many points does he have? I'll have to check in a minute, actually. I will have to check. He's on 85, so he will jump Slenderman, I think. Slenderman's retired. And he will jump Matter, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to do some maths at the end of it. So we will run through your order then once again. So Kieran wins from Flexi, Casper, Ewan, Timo, Cam, Josh and Finley are your finishers. Only 8 finishers. They need to step up for next week. And your retirements are Speed Knighton, Jinx, Slenderman, Johan, Matter, Tech and Shane. I have to say there's going to be a lot of stewards investigations, I think, going into next week. So, yes, expect the order to maybe change quite a bit. Not a lot. Some of the incidents might have happened with people that have retired. But massive congratulations to Kieran. And I've just looked at the instant submission. We've had quite a few already from the other tier as well. So, yeah, we are going to be quite busy. But next week, we head to Japan for the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. The S section can make or break you. Sector 1 can make or break you. So it can be interesting to see what the drivers can face when we head there next week. If you do like our content, make sure you like this video and subscribe and hit that bell if you are new so you get notified when we stream, which is every Wednesday night at 8 PM. And also give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at VSL_F1. And you can also follow me on Twitter at JessGames95. That is also my Instagram as well. I don't post regularly on Instagram. I post on Twitter quite a lot, but not on Instagram a lot. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at JessGames95. So we're going to leave it there. We will let you enjoy the rest of your evening. As I've been struggling with my words tonight. I do apologise, but have a good evening. See you next week for the Japanese Grand Prix. Let's hope people have some better races next week, please. Hopefully not many retirements, because there was quite a lot tonight. And hopefully a better turnout too. See you soon, have a good evening, and goodbye.